Hello you guys, what is up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, my name's Emily. And today I'm going to be filming the long-awaited MacBook Pro update. So if you guys watched my old video that I will have linked above for you, you will remember that a few months back I got a brand new MacBook that I have here with me, and I'm going to be giving you guys an update as to how it's been going now that I've had it for a few months. I kind of did a first impressions, but obviously we know that first impressions aren't everything, so I wanted to give you guys a little update. If you have not already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on my post notifications so that you never miss when I post a new video. I make tons of different content from lifestyle, vlogging, fashion, the way that I stay on top of my health and fitness. I do tons of hauls, Amazon videos, Apple product videos, really just all over, so I'm sure that there will be something that you guys will love. I also feel like my content in the fall and winter is just at its prime, and we are getting into those seasons, so make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss it. But like I mentioned, I am going to be giving you guys a little update on everything and how I am liking my MacBook. So first I am going to talk about the MacBook that I got. I won't go too into detail because I did discuss that in my old video if you guys want to go watch the first one when I bought this, but then I will get into the actual computer itself and the way that it works. So as you guys know, I went with the space gray MacBook Pro, and I actually have really liked having a space gray MacBook, which is so weird because I had the silver one last time and I've just never been a silver girl. You can tell by my jewelry. I'm very into gold, but they only have rose gold. They don't have regular gold in the MacBooks. I don't even think they have a gold option in the Pros. So I did go with space gray, and honestly, I've been really liking it. I'm very glad that I went with space gray instead of silver. It's just more my style. My iPad is space gray as well, and now I wish I would have gotten a space gray iPhone, but I actually have a gold one because I do like the gold that the iPhones come in. It's just that the computers are too pink for me. But my biggest thing when buying a new computer was, do I want to pay the extra money to have a Pro, when the biggest difference, I know that there are other differences, I'm not an Apple expert, this is just, you know, from like a layman's terms, I feel like I really enjoy watching videos of somebody that has the same knowledge level as me in terms of electronics, because, you know, when you get into the people that are super knowledgeable about Apple products, sometimes I don't even understand some of the things they're explaining. So like I said, for me, the biggest difference between an Air and a Pro was the touch bar. The rest of the differences wouldn't really make a huge difference to me. And I do have to say, I'm really glad that I got it. I don't know what it is about it, because the MacBook Air, it's like the same buttons, you know. You have, I'll try to hold it up and show you guys, look at my cute little fall wallpaper. You have, you know, the difference over here, you know, the brightness, the pause, rewind, play buttons, the sound, and they're all, you have all these buttons on the Air, but there's just something about having them on the touch bar. It makes it so much more simple. There's so many more options of things that you can do, and I do actually really enjoy having the touch bar. I didn't think that it would make that much of a difference, even though people were telling me that it would, and they were so right. I really enjoy that. So now getting into the actual computer, I'm going to start screen recording for you guys. Scoot over a little bit so that you guys can see what I am talking about. So I have this cute little wallpaper. I actually made this on Canva. Canva is amazing if you guys ever want to like mess around with creating graphics. There is a free version. I have the Pro version, but the free version works just as well. I know that you guys probably expected this coming into the video, but I'm gonna start out with Pros because overall, maybe it's because I went from an early 2015 MacBook Pro to this new one. I just literally cannot believe the difference in quality, especially in terms of, you know, editing videos for you guys, and just the overall speed is so flawless. I have not had one issue, and I just really enjoy it. So my dock is down here, and I do keep this down here. You guys saw in my last video that I kind of have it set where it'll go away. I don't normally keep this little folder here. It's just here for the time being, so it looks really seamless when there's not a blue folder that's sticking out like a sore thumb, if you know what I mean. But I do have to say, I really enjoy this. Another thing that I really love is being able to use Siri. I don't know that I can use this when I am voice recording. Oh yes, I can. Okay. So while I'm screen recording, I can use her, but I really like that this is an option because it wasn't an option on my other computer, and I just feel like she's listening to everything that I'm saying. But I just feel like it is really handy to be able to have. Another thing that I absolutely love, let me go over here. Okay, I'm on Pinterest, is I'm just gonna use this as an example. You can pull up the emojis so easily by a push of a button. I think that this is so great because sometimes I just feel too bland if I don't throw an emoji, you know, like in a text message or like a social media post if I'm doing it from my computer, or like sometimes YouTube descriptions, I like to throw an emoji in there. So having this button just really elevates the MacBook Pro experience. Another thing that I really like is the widgets around here. You can customize them into whatever you would like, but I just really like having widgets. I don't even think my old computer had widgets, and so honestly, I know that it's like something that probably not a lot of people use, but I think that it's just the simple things that I really like about it. So enough rambling on about the things that I like. I think that a lot of things that I really enjoy about this MacBook in particular is just as simple as the speed, the quality, and just the overall experience of having this upgraded computer. You really appreciate getting an upgraded phone, computer, iPad, whatever it is, when you keep your old one for a really long time and it pretty much completely stops working. I think that if you are leaning towards upgrading, even if it's not the most current version, I would definitely recommend it because it just makes life so much easier. I did want to be honest about a few of the cons as well, because I know that's why you guys are here. You want to know the pros and cons if you are making a decision on buying a MacBook, and most of them have to do with the actual computer and not how it works. So thankfully, I do think the computer works really well. There are just a few things that I wish were a little bit different. So my main thing, and this might not be a problem for everybody, but it does cause a little bit of an issue for me, is I just really hate that you do not have an SD card holder or a USB port or anything like that in this new MacBook. The only ports that you have in this new MacBook are the USB-C ports. I don't know how well you guys can see them, but then also a headphone jack, which I feel like we're in the day and age where not everybody, but a lot of people have AirPods, but I feel like almost everybody that I know eventually needs either a like SD card port or especially a USB port. So why we have a headphone jack but not a USB port is just a little beyond me. I had to buy this little attachment. I will pop up a picture on the screen and link it below for you guys on Amazon. And it was $20 or $30, which isn't a huge price, but when you pay over $1,000 for a new computer, I really didn't want to have to spend, you know, an extra even $10, $20 on something that could have easily come with the computer. So I feel like that is one of those things for me that it's kind of an inconvenience, because although that attachment is super nice, you know, if I have it sitting on my lap a certain way, I have to make sure that that attachment isn't being pushed because I don't want it to bend into the ports of the computer, and it's just little things like that. So like I said, the main con for me is that part of the computer. I get changing the charging port if they want to, because the old charging ports with the little dots on them, I don't know the name of it, you already didn't use it for anything else, whereas it is nice because on my MacBook now it uses the same charger as my iPad. I'm assuming they're gonna switch iPhones over to it eventually. I don't see why they wouldn't. So they'll all have one charger, but I just can't get over the fact that we have a headphone port and not a USB port or an SD card or an HDMI. So I had to buy another attachment for it. So that is one thing that I do think you should consider if you use any of those things when looking into buying a MacBook. Overall, I do really like it. Besides the con that I had an issue with, like I said, it runs very seamlessly. I do really enjoy using it, and especially if you have an older model like me, I highly recommend upgrading. I also always, you guys know this if you watch the rest of my vlogs, I will never cheat on Apple. I'm sorry, Apple could literally do me so dirty, and I will never go to a PC or an Android. If you have those, absolutely no hate. It's just a preference thing. I don't know why. Like, I've just always been an avid Apple user. I love the way that my phone, my laptop, my iPad all sync together. You know, I can AirPlay to my TVs, and overall, I just think that the Apple experience is amazing, even though sometimes they do annoying things like up the prices of an iPhone by like hundreds of dollars, and then you pay as much for a phone as you did for a computer, or, you know, give you a headphone port but not a USB. But other than that, like I said, I will always be an avid Apple user. I really do enjoy it. So I know that this video is short. I wanted to keep it short for you guys. Short, simple, concise, new, updated review. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video and it gave you some insight if you are looking into buying a new MacBook. Like I said, I am not a Apple Pro. This is very much so from a layman's perspective. Like I said, I really enjoy watching people who have the same knowledge as me in terms of computers, because when they get a little too techie, obviously that is perfect and a lot of people are looking for that insight. It's just kind of hard for me to understand, so I really enjoy videos of people, like I've been saying, who have the same knowledge on these things as I do. So I hope that you guys enjoyed as well. But I am going to end this here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one.